Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, I'm just getting ready to go to my class I teach at a community college, but I need some prayers because things it's have been weighing me down a lot, and it's causing a lot of distress, eating disorders, sleep disorders. I haven't felt this out of control. Earlier this morning, I almost felt like a junkie, and I'll get to why in a second. What has happened is that I've gotten myself in too deep with a few connections I've been making. A girl that I in Taiwan, and and then just a few other connections here at home. I met a girl on Bumble my last week in Taiwan. I was in Taiwan for my grandmother's funeral. And at the funeral, I asked my grandmother to go talk to Mary Curry and asked Mary Curry to set me up on a blind date with one of her descendants. And for some reason, I felt compelled to log back onto Bumble. I hadn't been on the site for 3, 4 years at that point in time. When I got on the site, I was aghast at what I had written all those years ago, and I had to delete the profile and start all over again. And that's when I met her. And so there was a time when we didn't talk for 3 weeks, and then things cooled down and we talked again. And this past week, our conversation got kicked into a higher gear. Let's put it that way. And also, I learned that she and I agree on quite a number of personal matters, religious views, and our thoughts on having children, especially. And so that's good, but it's given me a lot of anxiety. And I've taken it out on my eating habits, unfortunately. I'll get to the eating habits in a moment. But first, and then last Friday, uh, one of my former students decides to go to the school carnival with me. And I learned that she had said a bunch of things about me, but it could go either way, right? It's kind of cryptic at the moment. She commented about, believe it or not, she commented about how bad I smelled, but she said it in such a playful way. I mean, you guys know I eat a lot of some stuff that gives off some kind of body odor that could go either way, right? But I don't care. I'm not really into her. It was more of a trophy that I even did that anyway. But she said it in a playful way, and it's making me concerned. I don't want her to have weird feelings about me either because she is a former student. And at the same time, I don't know if she was offended by the body odor. And so these ups and downs, and then Saturday, I went to see another girl that I had met through a friend at a book club. And as I was dropping her off at her mom's home, she commented that her mom was sensitive about the current condition of their home. I'm not sure what to make of that either. And so yesterday, I was so distressed I couldn't eat. And this morning, I wanted to have a peaceful breakfast after a 30 some hour fast. But it quickly went sideways, and my mouth went a little crazier than I had thought. And I wolfed down my food a little bit too fast. I wish I didn't do that. I think that I could have had a much more pleasant meal, but I was disoriented, distressed, and and then I got to deal with other things today. Obviously, oh my god, I have to pick up a few things from my old home, and I have important phone calls to make that I've been putting off on the back burner, and things like that. Makes me wish I had a second set of hands, right? And but then trying to get to that, South Korea has this idea that they'll pay people to go get married or have kids. I think it's a good concept, but the execution is a little bit weird. If I were running South Korea's program, I would pay people just to go on blind dates, win or lose, because it's a numbers game, right? You could meet not only that life partner, but you could meet a future business partner. You could meet somebody who you then collaborate with and discover chemical element 119. You could meet somebody and collaborate and discover the cure for COVID. Why does it have to be a marriage, right? I wish part of the problem with dating in my life is that the opportunity cost, right? We're so busy. Not only me, but whoever I'm trying to date is so busy. Now imagine if there was a program to compensate us for these opportunity costs. I think we would do it a whole lot more, and we'd meet important figures in our life. Yes, 90% of those dates are probably not going to go anywhere. That's the whole point. That's why you want to do it more, right? I actually like South Korea's program, but I think they should just pay for a date, period, right? Regardless of where it goes, regardless of if it's the marriage of the century or a complete laughing matter, right? Because that every one of those has an expected value on it, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.